Netanyahu has finally come out and admitted that they are using ISIS-connected gangs, which looted aid for months and months, to now protect the aid. They used them to loot the aid when Hamas was trying to provide protection in order to prevent the aid from reaching people. After establishing some level of famine and starvation, now they're using them to supposedly protect the aid. This is our colleague Wyatt Reed. Netanyahu effectively confirms Israel's running guns to the quote-unquote lawless criminals in Gaza, who a former defense minister calls Salafi jihadists who began identifying with ISIS. First, they propped up Hamas to prevent a secular government. Now they're propping up ISIS to prevent Hamas. And then here's a Haaretz piece. Israel arming ISIS-affiliated militia in Gaza. Ex-defense chief claims Netanyahu, we're fighting in various ways. That former defense chief is Avigdor Lieberman, who also lifted the mask on the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation last week and revealed that it was actually sponsored by the Mossad and wasn't even American, although the Americans are fronting for it. And who is that ISIS leader? I mean, this is all out there in the Israeli press. It's in the Palestinian press. It's all out there in the open. It's a guy named Yasser Abu Shabab. Security cabinet, this is Times of Israel, wasn't informed of plan to start arming Abu Shabab group, which was created in Rafah last year and has its roots in looting aid trucks. Here's the Abu Shabab gang. And, they post this video. Hamas has been, the Al-Qassam brigades have been trying to fight them, and Israel attacks the Al-Qassam brigades anytime they try to stop these criminal bandits. Well, Trump is behind this policy. I mentioned earlier, Mike Huckabee introduced, this is the Christian Zionist U.S.-Israeli reciprocal ambassador in Jerusalem, Mike Huckabee, in March, I believe, endorsed the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation as what the Trump administration was putting into place to replace the United Nations. Dorothy Shea at the Trump's UN representative, also openly endorsed it. And now they got Johnny Moore there, who's like a Trump crony. So they're putting their stamp of approval all over possibly one of the most scandalous humanitarian schemes of our lifetime.
This is way worse than anything I can remember. I mean, basically destroying the existing aid mechanism in a besieged death camp for 2 million people. So taking out UNRWA and the World Food Program and all the other aid groups, replacing it with a fake group and using it to push people for ethnic cleansing and massacres in the process, all while arming gangs that loot the actual trickle of aid getting in. I can't think of anything more cynical that I've ever heard about.
And body count continues to pile up. And I think the UNRWA Foundation has it right. I don't have the post in front of me, but it's time to just take names of who's involved. And, those of you who are in the military community who are watching this, you are a veteran, take names of those who are participating in this mercenary operation. They're hiring hundreds of former special operations soldiers who are now mostly in their 40s to do static checkpoint protection and participate in this Holocaust. And they're all wearing masks. They're afraid to reveal their identity. They need to be exposed. The people involved at the top need to be exposed. They are helping privatize a Holocaust. It's one of the biggest scandals of our time.